Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Renee for those of you that are new here. If you're new here, definitely subscribe. I'm doing a series of videos that are all for the purpose of raising your self-esteem. So if you suspect that you might have self-esteem issues, if you have recurring issues in your life that can possibly stem from low confidence, self-image, and just like problems with your own self, like your worthiness, then definitely stay tuned for these next couple of videos that I'm going to be uploading because they are all centered around this topic. And if you don't know, I have a course out now called EMPRESS of Esteem, where I basically promise you that I will raise your self-esteem by the end of this program. It's an online program, self-study, and you also get private coaching with me. So definitely check that out in the links below if you're interested. But today's video is going to be about how important it is to keep the right company, and how having the wrong company can literally like derail you like in life. And I have like many examples of this, but it really has come to my attention more like I mean, I've always kind of understood this topic, but I feel like I get shown this lesson over and over again, and you know, it's time that I like really implement what I've learned and stop like just letting the same things happen repeatedly. But basically, yeah, so the company that you keep, whether it's your friends, your family, like there, or just like acquaintances, or just people that you choose to spend time with, there is a lot of truth to the saying that you are the combination of like what the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Like there really is a lot of truth in that. And I swear, like, I don't know if I'm just being like hypersensitive or whatever it is, or if other people are like this, or maybe it's like an empath thing, or like just if you're like more like in tune with like your spirituality, if it affects you more or whatever it is. But I promise you, like, I'm really becoming aware of the fact that like I need to be careful with who I hang out with, because they literally affect my life like to the nth degree. And I feel like everybody can kind of benefit from understanding this concept. So for example, like, it's just, I feel like it's a lot more influential in your life than most people would have you believe, or like maybe that you're aware of how much the people in our life can affect us. And I feel like it's worth it to like take a look at who you're hanging out with and how they're influencing your life, whether you realize it or not, because we kind of like pick up on the attitudes and behaviors of other people, even if it's unconsciously and you're not trying to. Like, it's just something that naturally happens. So this is something that can work in your favor, or it's something that can literally like derail your life. And I've been on both sides of the spectrum. So for example, so I feel like as women, especially, for everybody, but I'm speaking to women right now because I'm a woman and I've learned lessons as a woman, and I feel like we all kind of go through the same things like different skin color, different background, different ethnicity, different location in the world. Women are going through the same things everywhere, like rites of passage and just like life shit. So relationships, right? I feel like it's so important the person that we choose to be in a relationship with, like, and that's why I feel like casual like hookup culture and stuff gets a lot of like, there's a lot of people like going back and forth about whether this is something that's okay or not. And to each his own. I'm not here to like judge anybody, but it really is a lot of like, it is really important who you choose to be in a relationship with, because this is probably one of the people in your life that you're spending the most time with, and they will affect you. So I'm gonna use an example of a relationship that I had that kind of derailed me and literally set me back in life, versus a relationship that I had a positive experience in that literally pushed me forward, which is how it should be. It's what you want a relationship to do. That's like the role of them. And you should never depend on anybody to like make you happy or make your life better quality or whatever, but relationships should, you know, enhance your life. That's what they're there for. So okay, for example, this was an example of where my life was negatively affected by a relationship that I had for a long time. So I was in a long-term relationship, and I would say probably the first year of the relationship was good, but after that point, it was just like a toxic cycle, and there was like a lot of negativity in the relationship. And I'm not perfect, I definitely made mistakes as well, so it's not all on this person. But I can speak on like literally 10,000 things that were negative from that relationship that literally like gave me like severe anxiety, literally depression, made me question myself, and just like made me like really deeply unhappy at the end of the day. So, and a lot of it had to do with the attitude of the person that I was with. So like, for example, I've always been somebody who's been in tune with my spirituality, even though sometimes I've disowned it, and I made a video on that as well, so you can definitely go and check out that video if you're interested in that topic about why women disown their spirituality, because I've been that woman and I totally understand that. But it's still important to reconnect with yourself spiritually no matter what. So that's what that video's main point was. But basically, I feel like the attitude of the person that I was with, like the negative attitude and just like the anxiety and like the way that they viewed the world, literally sent me into a depression and like anxiety. And I had such an attachment to this person that I kept going back, and of course other reasons. So that's what kept me going back to like this negative pattern that I had with this person, that we were like, you know, attached to each other, but it was a very negative dynamic. And this negatively impacted my life because, you know, first of all, arguments are like literally the biggest waste of time, but I was engaging in that literally on a daily basis, just trying to make sure that, you know, you're being received well by the other person, that you're not making them upset, which is hard when the other person is literally unhappy for other reasons with their life that has nothing to do with you, but like they're convincing you that it has to do with you. So I was like very negatively impacted by that relationship. I feel like I lost years of my life to that relationship, just like mentally, spiritually set me back. Like I feel like I could have done a lot more with my life in those 4 years if I was not in that relationship. So that was an example of how keeping like the wrong company or just like staying in the wrong situation for too long like literally set me back and took me farther and farther away from myself. Like that's how much the company that you keep can affect you. And I'm sure you guys have had experiences with negative friends versus like a positive friend as well, and you can probably find examples in your own life of how when you let the wrong people in, that can literally set you back. So I just feel like it's such an important message to women that you should like use caution and discretion and like just be conscious of who you're letting into your life, because letting the wrong person into your life, the wrong people into your life, the wrong situations can take you on like a whole different path and like just take you so far away from yourself that you won't even know what happened. Like you won't even know what happened. So it's really important to pay attention to that. So to the positive spectrum on the side of this, an example of a relationship that I had that positively affected me is like literally a relationship that I'm still in to this day. And throughout, how long has it been, like 2 years now that I've known this guy, this man I should say, not guy. This was like the polar opposite of that relationship, right? Like literally it can be little things and it can be large things. I'm just using my own life as an example, but like for example, being taken to like nice places, that's one thing, right? Like anybody can take you to a nice place, but like are you enjoying their company? Because that's a major thing. You can go to a nice place and have bad company and literally be arguing over like a 5-star meal. That was like the situation with the negative relationship that I was in. Or you can be taken to a nice place and like literally enjoy the company that you're with and really just be truly happy and like present in the moment and not wish that you were somewhere else because you're enjoying the person's company that's like right in front of you. So that's the example of like a positive relationship and how that positively affects you. And also like being taken to these other places being taken to like nice places, nice neighborhoods, being shown a different lifestyle made me strive to get that in my own life. Literally motivated me to move. I've moved multiple times since I've known this person, and every time I move I feel like I'm in a better environment. I feel like I'm around better people. I feel like my lifestyle has been like elevated. So, and I feel deeply that this had to do with that relationship because I was treated correctly. I was treated with respect. I was taken to very beautiful places. I was treated with respect with the person that I was with, and that positively impacted my self-esteem. I, wanted to be better because of that relationship. I focused on my fitness. I focused on like what I really wanted out of life, putting myself in a better situation, all because that person that I was with positively impacted me and inspired those things within me. That's how how much a company affects us. And just really being attuned to the fact that you pick up on the behaviors and the attitudes and the way of life of the people that you are around. If you just like really understand that, you will pay more attention to who you're hanging out with, who you're spending your time with, because you can ask yourself, do I want to be like this person? Like, is there like, do they inspire me? Do I respect them? Most importantly, like as women, we oftentimes get caught up in wanting to be liked, wanting to be loved, wanting to be adored, and we get so lost in that we don't even pay attention to the fact of like, do we actually respect this person that we're seeking this like validation from, you know? So really just paying attention to who you're letting into your life, and just really understanding the impact of how the people that we hang out with, people that we engage in relationships with, in friendships with, can affect your life, because they impact your self-esteem, and because you're picking up on their habits, whether you know it or not, can save you a lot of trouble, a lot of heartache. And if you consciously choose who your friends are, if you are more conscious of who you're in a relationship with, and you're not just in a relationship with somebody because you don't want to be alone, for example, you can literally change your life and elevate your life, because you will be putting yourself on a momentum of going up rather than a momentum of going down, which is what happens when you have the wrong people in your life. So yeah, this was my message for today. It's basically, whether you have like just paying attention to the company that you keep in your life, to your friends, to your relationships, and understanding that they are impacting you, and being more conscious of who you're letting into your life, because you are worth being treated with respect. You are worth having good friendships, and you do not want to be in a position where you're in a relationship with somebody, or you're spending time with people who literally make you feel like you are not good enough in whatever way, because you will then internalize that, and it will negatively impact your life, because it will negatively impact your mind, and it will convince you of all of these lies and things that are not true. And it doesn't matter who it is, if it's a friend that you've known for years, if it's a family member, it doesn't matter what you think you should do. At the end of the day, if it's negatively impacting you, you have to have enough respect for yourself to distance yourself from that situation and seek better people in your life, because they will impact your life better, and they'll literally put you on a different path. Like, it can go either way, you know what I mean? So just paying more attention to who is in your life, who you're letting into your life, who you're spending your time with, and the thoughts and the mentality of people around you will save you a lot of time. And instinctually we know this, but we disconnect from our intuition for so many reasons. So just bringing that back to you guys. And of course that affects your self-esteem. Of course it does, because how you're treated affects your self-esteem, and how you allow yourself to be treated affects your self-esteem. If you spend a lot of time with somebody who's not treating you how you want to be treated, who's not treating you with respect, who's making you question yourself, then your self-esteem is going to be negatively impacted, and that's literally setting you backwards in life, girls. So it's very, very important, and it's like these little things that we can change and we can implement in our life, and we can bring more consciousness to and more awareness to, that will literally transform us. So yeah, just pay more attention to who you're letting into your life, and how the relationships make you feel, how you feel when you leave that person and you spend time with them. Are you happy? Are you feeling good? Or are you feeling drained? Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling exhausted? Pay attention to these cues and to these messages, because they're really important. And let me know if you understood this message, if it resonated with you. My name is Renee. I'm going to be doing so many videos like this, all focused around things that you can do practically that will help you raise your self-esteem. And if you're interested in learning more about raising your self-esteem, and you want to be on a program that's literally going to keep you accountable and work one-on-one with me to raise your self-esteem, then definitely check out my program, my signature program, EMPRESS of ESTEEM. I'll have it in the links below. It's currently in pre-enrollment at a really discounted rate. Once it's fully finished and thorough, the price will be going up. So now is the time to sign up, and I don't think I want to take more than 5 people for this specific program, so now is the time to sign up. So yeah, Empress of Esteem is out now. My name is Renee. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts, leave me a like or a comment, and I really appreciate you if you took the time out every day to watch this video. Besos. Thank you so much. Bye.